When we talk about Marvel's universe, there's no shortage of mind-blowing characters and species. But among the most intriguing, especially for fans of the darker side of superheroes, are the symbiotes, alien beings that bond with hosts to grant them extraordinary abilities. And you can't mention symbiotes without talking about the most famous one of all, Venom. If you're into complex characters that blur the line between good and evil, then you're in the right place. So, what are these symbiotes? And what makes Venom such an iconic character? Let's get into it! What exactly are symbiotes? The term symbiote refers to a specific race of alien lifeforms in Marvel's comic universe, originally known as the Klyntar. They're basically amorphous, parasitic entities that latch onto a host, usually a human, and form a symbiotic relationship. Once attached, they bestow their host with enhanced physical abilities, like superhuman strength, speed, agility, and even the ability to heal rapidly. But here's the twist, symbiotes have no real form on their own. They're like black, gooey, sentient substances that can morph and adapt depending on their host. The relationship between the symbiote and the host isn't always mutual. Some symbiotes are manipulative and parasitic, often taking control of their host's mind and body. Others form a more collaborative bond, working together with the host for mutual gain. Symbiotes come from a planet called Klyntar. Yep, their species is named after their home planet, where they supposedly existed peacefully until things went sideways. Symbiotes began bonding with hosts across the universe, becoming a sort of viral plague. And one of the most infamous symbiotes to ever exist was Venom. Venom, the origin of Marvel's dark anti-hero. Let's rewind back to 1984. That's when Venom first appeared, though not as the classic character we know today. During the events of Secret Wars, Spider-Man encounters this weird black suit that seems to enhance his abilities. At first, Peter Parker thinks he's struck gold. Stronger webbing, better agility, it's a Spider-Man upgrade, right? Wrong! Soon enough, Spidey realizes this suit has a mind of its own, and it's taking over his personality, making him more aggressive. It's only after getting help from Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, that Peter discovers this suit is actually an alien symbiote. He manages to get rid of it, but this symbiote isn't done with Spider-Man. It's got abandonment issues, let's put it that way. The symbiote bonds with a new host, Eddie Brock, a disgraced journalist who harbors a deep hatred for Spider-Man. This combination of Eddie's resentment and the symbiote's hunger for revenge creates Venom. Together, they become an unstoppable force, with the symbiote amplifying Eddie's hatred and Eddie feeding off the symbiote's power. Venom was born as a villain, with a single goal, to destroy Spider-Man. Venom's abilities, what makes him a fan favorite? You might be thinking, alright, so Venom's got Spidey-like powers. But what sets him apart? Well, aside from his menacing look, sharp teeth, monstrous size, and that terrifyingly long tongue, Venom has some extra tricks up his sleeve. Shape-shifting. Unlike Spider-Man's web shooters, Venom can generate his own webbing made of the symbiote itself. But that's not all. He can also morph parts of his body into weapons, shields, or tendrils. That gives him a serious edge in combat. Camouflage. Venom can blend into his surroundings, making him nearly invisible when needed. Not something you want your enemy to have in a dark alley. Immunity to Spider-Man's spider sense. This is a big one. One of the reasons Spider-Man struggles so much against Venom is because his famous spider sense can't detect him. Meaning Venom can sneak up on Spidey without him ever knowing it. Healing factor. Much like Wolverine or Deadpool, Venom has a powerful healing ability, allowing him to recover from serious injuries almost instantly. With a combo of these abilities, it's easy to see why Venom became such a massive fan favorite, not just as a villain, but as an anti-hero. Venom, the anti-hero arc. The beauty of Venom as a character is his evolution. What started as a pure villain quickly morphed into something more complex. Venom wasn't just a one-dimensional bad guy. Over time, both Eddie and the symbiote grew, developing their own sense of morality. In fact, Venom has saved lives on several occasions, and Eddie himself has struggled with the notion of right and wrong. Venom's anti-hero phase really picked up in the 1990s, when comic fans got more insight into Eddie's character. We learned that Eddie, while deeply flawed, wasn't inherently evil. He saw himself as a protector, albeit one with a violent streak. The term lethal protector started to define Venom, where he would take on criminals but with extreme methods. Think of him as a much darker, more brutal version of Spider-Man. Other famous symbiotes. Venom isn't the only symbiote in the Marvel Universe. The symbiote family tree is a tangled web of dangerous and powerful beings. Here are a few noteworthy ones. Carnage. If you thought Venom was bad news, Carnage is a whole other level of chaos. The Carnage symbiote bonds with Cletus Kasady, a psychopathic serial killer. Together, they create one of the most dangerous villains in the Marvel Universe, with Carnage having all of Venom's powers but none of his restraint. Toxin. The offspring of Carnage, Toxin is a symbiote with the potential to be more powerful than both Venom and Carnage combined. While initially unstable, Toxin has at times fought on the side of good. Scream, Phage, Lasher, and Riot. These symbiotes are lesser known but have still caused significant trouble. They're often referred to as the Life Foundation symbiotes, created through unethical experimentation. Each one possesses unique powers, similar to Venom, but with their own twist. Venom in pop culture. Venom's rise to fame didn't stop in the comics. He's been a mainstay in video games, animated series, and most notably, films. The 2018 Venom movie, starring Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock, brought the character to a whole new generation of fans. Despite being disconnected from Spider-Man in this version, for now, at least, the movie delivered on Venom's complex personality, showing both his dark side and his desire to be more than just a monster. The sequel, Venom, Let There Be Carnage, took things even further, introducing Carnage and exploring more of the symbiote mythology. And with Venom's appearance in the Marvel Cinematic Universe's post-credit scenes, it's clear that Venom's story is far from over. In the end, Venom and the symbiotes represent something truly unique in the Marvel Universe. They're a blend of horror, science fiction, and superhero lore all wrapped up in one terrifying package. Venom's story of redemption, complexity, and raw power makes him one of Marvel's most compelling characters. And hey, if an alien symbiote ever offered you superhuman powers, would you say yes? Maybe, just don't let it bite you.